Got Dave here from Willowmet Fab. We're going to go over his amazing 85 Suburban.
Hey y'all, my name's David, and this is my first car. And the quick story is my dad bought it new, I grew up in it, and then it became my first car, took me to school, first job, and all of that. And I've always worked on it, and kind of it's grown with me in that I want to do a little bit of off-roading. My friend Steve had a website that showed me all the stuff that was available, so he's as much as responsible for this build as maybe some other folks too.
Oh, stop it.
So what we've been able to do is, on this latest deal, is 5 years ago we redid the running gear where we've got linked front, we've got long travel leaf springs. It's meant to really work, move fast, and have a lot of travel. And what that does is when you do that with 40s, you really find out when you push these tires up into the fenders, you need more room. So
Absolutely.
that's the start of all of this, is that we've got fenders expanded about 6 or 7 inches and then 3 inches up here to give enough room for 40s to turn, articulate. I mean, this is a fully functioning truck, and we have driven all over. This has been on the Power Stop BDR Trail Series that my buddy Nate has always filmed. You've seen the videos there. That's what we did with this, right? So it's still a diesel, just like original. We'll come around to the engine toward the end, right? Let's stay on the stuff that's pretty. The blue is the original color generally, right? So 1985 blue, but with a little bit of pearl and some toner changes that you get a lot more depth into the color. That's what we wanted to showcase. Along with a bunch of other coatings that Seymour Paint has provided. There's like 9 different coatings on this truck, from their new bed liner. They got the 316 stainless black that is, it's my favorite, right? It glimmers in the sun. And then you've also got a couple little odds and ends. Most importantly,
let's check out the interior.
The entire interior had to be painted. So like a new dash, an existing pillar, the headliner, all of this stuff we had to paint using their color bond lineup. So, there's nothing wrong with it, but we just had to make everything the same color from 1985 to 2025. And I'm not a painter, but like painting plastic, I guess, is a thing. And there's some products that know how to do it. And I've got a little bit better understanding of it. We reupholstered the original, or rather these are the Corbeau seats, but we reupholstered some of the original interior. You're going to get to see the one thing I didn't get to finish, which is my shifter bezel, because I'm actually going to make a whole plate here that's got storage and, for fire extinguisher and all sorts of junk on the tunnel. But everything else, we tried to go back to original as much as possible. AMD, Auto Metal Direct, the folks that I only thought of for like metal, they actually have, they've given me, or provided, they've supported for the 95% of this interior came from those guys. So they're a co-sponsor of the build right along with Seymour. Here's a better shot of the reupholstery. I love the weave on this this cloth, and I used a local Dallas upholsterer to do it. Little things like these kick plates, that's just where the carpet wears out really fast. We'll have a floor mat, but those kick plates, I love little details like that where stuff just, the carpet just gets ruined there because people's feet
go there. The heel.
So, anybody that's ever had a Suburban or even a Blazer, with these back seats, I get, I don't know, some stuff just wears out faster than others.
Mm-hmm.
This is another thing. We bed-lined this entire spot. This is the Seymour 2K Protective, and it worked really, really well to what I'll just call encapsulate that and darn near rust-proof it. That's the stuff that gets chewed up on these trucks. So we feel a lot better about this now. Same thing on the inside here. Everything is bed-lined on the inside. And it's kind of funny, like you would think like dust will cling to that, but the other people that I know that have coated their trucks with it, apparently it cleans very easily and stays pretty clean, so that's nice.
Let's talk about your rock sliders there.
Yeah, the rock sliders, if we were to crawl under the truck, what you'd see is the rock sliders actually connect to each other from side to side. There's an entire subframe under the truck that essentially is built like a luxury pre-runner. And what I mean by that is that from the rear bump can to the front bump can, there's a tube subframe connecting all of it. So when we have aired this truck out a little bit, it lands pretty steadily, pretty surely. We've got plenty of travel, we've got plenty of control. But the frame, if we didn't do that, the frame would sort of taco and wad around. Mm-hmm. But now we've basically copied, put conservatively about 100 pounds of tube on the bottom to stiffen the whole thing up.
Yep, got to have it stiff.
Suburbans are known for being a little bit flexible.
Absolutely.
So, not this one anymore.
And then you widen the back here.
Yep,
back
this is widened just like the front. Same dimensions, proportional to the original. And Maxxis has been a partner for a long time. I love these Razor MTs because they're a great mix between just a good off-road tire. They can do everything well. They're not my favorite snow tire, but they grip everywhere else pretty well. And they're drivable. I've driven these I've taken a set 22,000 miles. That's the longest. And they had about half tread left after that. For a 40, this is emphasis, for a 40, they're quiet. But there is no quiet 40, right? So this truck is abusively loud, or has been for a long time. What I'm banking on is AMD provided a ton of sound insulation, and I'm hoping that's a little bit more civilized, because I want to put my dogs in here, I want to take my wife, I want to have a truck that we can use and enjoy. I don't want to just have another trail rig.
Absolutely.
I mean, other things, I chopped the back here a long time ago, but we made it clean, we made it look original. So this is important for Suburbans with like a mile of overhang, but you gotta have some help on departure angle.
Okay. So when winter sets in,
The off-road design bumper really helps with that. I mean, it's high clearance, and that's what I patterned the cut after. And lately, for a long time, I stored this hunk inside the truck like a moron, right? At 10 cubic feet is what this takes. I did the math, right?
Yeah,
10
right.
cubic feet.
Not 9, but 10.
Yeah, so it's huge. And the problem is it's round. Nothing else you pack is round and big like that. And so it ruins a lot of space around. It makes it difficult to pack. Just take your tire, put it somewhere else other than inside, but it took me a long time to learn. So TMR has a nice big spindle, and I built this whole carrier to hold it all together. Without a doubt, just the most fun part of the build is designing this, and then it clamps down real good and tight. I'm hoping that keeps the everything from getting the shake that a lot of people experience on these.
French Canadian at the pool.
I'll show you inside. On the doors, I did cutouts, all custom fab for some storage. These are about the size to hold like an oil bottle. So I don't know if you need to carry 18 quarts of something, but you could.
Yeah, right.
I've just got it, holding some odds and ends at the moment. Inside, everything is just bed lined, and the bed liner pretty heavy duty. And I just tried to hit it with some details, like heavier duty speaker covers using Cut design, or Cut laser press and cut of my own design, and then just tried to kind of clean this up back here, make it ready for work. If you look up, you'll see all the dome lights and even a forward map light are all BD Baja designs. So there should be now a ton of interior lighting. The truck's powered off, or I'd fire them all up.
It looks brand new. Looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
I'll pull this closed.
In any event,
Billet Badges made some custom badges for this project. Obviously, I got my love for the diesel, and I tell you what, they knock it out of the park every single time. But little things that you get to do, you get to change the size of some of these, and we made this fit the perfect, the curvature of the tire, so this was fully visible. And then we sized this down from factory because they always made this too big when it's at 6.2 diesel. We got to do some customization there. Everything is LED on the truck now, so LED tails. I think my license plate is still incandescent, but that's it.
You're slipping. You gotta change that.
I'll tell you, you're at the angle to show the most impressive part of this, which is a dead laser straight 18-foot crisp line on a square body. That took the team. Gabe Gonzalez from Proper Automotive. This took him. This is where his work is. This is how you see what a quality body man can do. He got a good truck that was straight and square, but these doors never fit from the factory. They never opened right, they never closed right. And what he had to do was re-gap, fit. Like, square body folks know that these trucks were they're built okay, but they weren't put together like with a lot of refinement. And what we wanted to show was like, well, what's the best version of what Chevy would have done if they could just spend a few more man hours putting this thing together. Those man hours would have made it unaffordable for you and me, but it would have made it a little bit better looking. And you get that line straight all the way across.
Yeah, that shine is just amazing. And that's a lot of real estate right there.
Oh, it's a freaking acre of sheet metal. Dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beyond that, I love to fabricate, so you got all the stainless steel welding in here. Fiber Performance provides a lot of parts for us to keep doing what we like to do. And, really, I've run out of things except the engine.
Well, before we get there, how about the roof rack here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Baseline Overland. They, like, if you want a roof rack, you were stuck for a long time just going and getting a factory roof rack. These guys made it for, they make roof racks for platforms that are like, nobody really turns into overlanders. And they said, you know, we're going to fix that. We're going to fill that niche. And that's what they did. They make this for, it's exceptional. And you got an extruded slat all the way across. I put a 200, I probably put 350 pounds on that between the tent, gear, the awning, and we hucked it across the desert. And you know, the only thing that it did was like it wore some of the paint off on the extruded aluminum, but it's such a good piece of gear. Peter runs a great business, and I'm happy to be able to work with those guys. It also gives me a place to mount the light bar, the 8XL for Baja Designs. That thing lights up the night, I'm here to tell you.
How do you like the fog lights?
The LP9s?
Yep. I mean, the amber, I guess.
Yeah, for the amber on cornering. The combo is really good. They work really well. They cast a good light past the hood, which you're always worried about is hood glare, which is why we have the matte center.
Okay.
And you really don't get any hood glare. You know, the light casts itself past here, and any shine that you're getting here is pointed far enough away from you. These things are perfect. That's the right height for them. They have the right luminosity. You want the cornering basically right there so you can see a little bit. It's a de facto ditch light almost. I know I get lit up for calling it a ditch light. It's not technically one, but you can see, and you can see everything. It's very effective. And then of course, this is my 6.5. We built this a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. And this, really what we wanted is we wanted to be able to throw enough fuel at this to make about 520, 550 pound-feet, just like a first-gen Duramax. That's enough for what this truck needs. You don't need 700, 800 pound-feet to go and have a good rowdy time. This is more than enough. Give it a big turbo, give it a big intercooler, and a nice cooling system with a lot of airflow. And 6.5s live a pretty happy life. It was originally a diesel when my dad bought it, so I'm stuck on making these 6.2s, 6.5s work well. This particular one is it's a late style AMG, so it's got a forged crank, good and heavy duty, likes a lot of fuel, and it's a rowdy good time. So it makes all the right sounds too. Watch your fingers. What'd we forget?
I think we have everything.
I think we got a lot.
I think we got everything.
Other than that, it's filled with details. Hopefully, wherever you look, the more you see.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Dave.
Yeah, I was happy to do it.